what it ought to be. And if you're going to come to the place of victory, you got to say, God, show me the thing that keeps me from going higher. Show me the thing that keeps me from being what you want me to be. Show me the thing, dear God, that is diminishing my call as a child of the King. Lord, what is it? We're so accustomed to look and think, I think I'm about to be average. Some people say they think I might be B+. God wants you to go higher. And if you're going to go higher, you have to understand, Lord, it's the thing that's lacking that keeps me. And what is what's lacking in that moment? I focus on what's wrong and say, Lord, take the things out of my life that's wrong. And Jesus is saying to this man, just do more that's right. Give your wealth away to the poor. Lord, I want to get rid of what's wrong, but I want to keep what's right. I want all of that for myself. That is mine. I got it legally, and I don't want none of it to be touched. That's my benefit. That's what I have that I can rejoice in. And that's not sin. You can have my sin, but don't take my treasure. And what does he say in that moment? If you're really going to be used of God, you got to realize who your treasure is. It's the Lord. I want to serve you, Lord. I want to worship you, Lord. I want to be all that you want me to be. I want to be able to say, all that thrills my soul is Jesus. And then going to another passage in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 12. And looking in verse 22, and he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for your body, what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Does he say that to every believer? No. He was saying it to somebody, though. And we find that as Paul was a tent maker in the New Testament, he made money so that those in his party could be able to continue to serve the Lord. He was a hard worker. And he said to everybody, if you don't work, then you don't eat. And so it wasn't the same word, but if God's calling you higher, recognize God's touched me in such a way that I can't get sidetracked. I got to be able, dear God, to know that you've called me to serve you in a very special way. I can't be good at everything. Personally, I'd like to be good at everything. I wish I could trade stock. I wish I knew how to handle investments. I would like to change a dime into a dollar. I'd like to be able to do all of that. But listen, you better find out first of all what God wants out of you. And if he can use you to pull down the strongholds of the devil, if you can be used of God to bring people to him, if you can destroy the work of the devil, throw the rest aside and say, I'm already in this hour called and I'm going forward. And then in verse 34, as Jesus is speaking to his disciples, he says in verse 33, sell that ye have. Who is this? His disciples. They already are serving him. They all